Ugh. Wi-Fi's back, baby. I got internet. Woohoo! Let's be happy about that. When are you leaving? Soon. Bridges close down at 7 p.m. Jack Doherty crashed his car. Yeah, I know. He's an idiot. Holy shit. Alright, dudes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Heavy day. Heavy day. Give me a second. I'm still optimizing the stream, trying to get everything set up right. All right. There we go. That's where we're at. Oh, man. Currently 155 mile an hour winds, just on the border of being a Category 5 storm. Hope everybody's safe. Hope everybody has a plan. Hope everybody is evacuated by now. Let's do it. Rain maps getting deeper. 10 to 12, 16 inches. Rain is going to be a big problem for flooding. Places are going to have high surge warnings. I need my chat to be over here. High surge warnings. We're going to look at the surge map here. There's the track. Where's the surge map? All right, there we go. Hurricane warnings across Florida. It's happening. The surge has not changed. 10 to 15 feet all across Pinellas County, all across Tampa Bay. Historic flooding. Flooding like these parts of Pinellas have never seen before. Oh. Yeah, as you guys can see, mandatory evacuation zones in all A, B, and D zones. I'm just kind of collecting myself still a little bit. I have not left. I will be leaving soon. The bridges close at 7 p.m. Doesn't matter if you're a resident or not. You are not allowed back on the beaches after 7 p.m. tonight. Widespread evacuation notices. Mandatory evacuation in all A, B, and D zones in Pinellas. This is going to be one of the largest scale evacuations that Florida's ever seen. Likely will be the largest scale evacuation Florida's ever seen. Tons and tons and tons of people are leaving right now. I was looking at some of the highway cameras earlier, and it was mind-blowing. I already packed up. I've already taken multiple car loads of stuff from my house to my friend's house. There's the wind speed, wind history, actually. Tropical storm in orange. Hurricane force winds in the red. It's starting to make its turn to the north. And it is going to just draw a beeline for Florida. Here we go. Wednesday, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Right off the coast, we'll have tropical storm force winds. And by tomorrow night, it's going to get very, 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 very interesting for someone. Nearly 100% chance of tropical storm force winds covering a large portion of Florida. That's going to continue to creep across Florida and cover the entire thing. I want to go back to the NHC real quick right here. Let's see if there's any updates. 155 mile an hour wind, 923 millibars. They're expecting it to re-strengthen after it moves across this loop current or eddy current, whatever you want to call it. So we're expecting re-intensification once it reaches this part of the Gulf right here. Again, these live streams support hurricane relief. If you guys want to drop a like or donate any money to the stream, it will go to hurricane relief efforts. We've done some amazing stuff in our town. I have a feeling a lot of towns are going to need help after this. Ocean heat content map, very warm spot in the Gulf. That's that loop current we were just looking at right here. That's it. That's the warmest water in the Gulf. And that's what's going to feed this storm. We're also looking at a bit of moisture coming off this storm is pushing into our system now, which should give it a little bit more juice. It's strengthening. It has a lot of time to sit in the open Gulf. The wind field is going to expand. It's going to become a beast before sucking in some dry air, hitting landfall, and hopefully dissipating and moving across the state quickly. I've heard a couple people say that this thing could take another run at being one of the most strongest hurricanes in the history of the Gulf. We are saturated. Lucas Cook, thank you so much for the $10. That is correct. We are saturated right now. There is a lot of water already on the state of Florida. That's going to cause a lot of damage when it comes to oak trees getting tipped over. How strong this storm gets before making landfall is going to be huge because it is out there building swell right now. The stronger it gets, the more energy it's going to have pushing towards the state in terms of swell, and the more energy it's going to have to disperse to weaken before making landfall. So it's just not exactly what we want. This is a worst case scenario for Tampa Bay. This is the Euro. The Euro went south like 30 miles maybe. The GFS for the first time ever is showing the eye wall moving south of Pinellas County. This would unfortunately wipe potentially a couple of towns down south off the map. It has the ability to create effects that areas have never seen in these parts of Florida. Evac for Zone D now? I don't know about that. It's possible. Bright Lily Lights, thank you for the $10. Cayenne Moore, thank you for the $1. Okay. Evacuation. Let's click this. Know your zone. I saw A, B, and C are in effect, yeah. Mandatory evacuations for zone A, B, and C are now in effect. Oh, that's Hillsborough. Pinellas, A, B, and C. Here we go. We can go over this really quick. Thank you, Stephen, for the $5. Thank you, Mason, for the $2. And thank you, Kayan, for the $2 as well. All right, here's your evacuation order. Hillsborough County, A and B zones, all mobile homes and manufactured, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Manatee, A, B, and C. Same with RVs and mobile homes ahead of Hurricane Milton. If you are in a mobile home or a double wide or any sort of trailer, do not be there. A, B, and C for Pasco as well. Same thing for RVs is going to go for every single county. Pinellas County, A, B, and C. Sarasota County, A, B. They added level C, should be prepared to evacuate if the storm intensifies. Hernando, A, B, and C. There you go. Kaysen Harness, thank you for the $10. Appreciate it, buddy. Here's the Know Your Zone map. In case case you haven't checked this out yet. What up, Shay?
Ghost town, calm.
It is such a ghost town. It is so calm out there. It's ridiculous.
Police are doing their job.
Are they kicking people out?
They're just monitoring.
Monitoring, that's good. Fans since OG Gilly videos. What are the chances you evac by the end of the day? Very high. Very high. Know your zone map? You like the new stream setup?
Oh, clean.
Clean, right? I
couldn't even read that.
I added some stuff. You can almost assume that any counties adjacent to Pinellas, north or south, 2 to 3 counties away, mostly south, are going to be A, B, and C evacuation zones. Know your zone, check your map, check the address of your buddy's house that you planned on going to, because he might be lower ground than you were at before. You don't know. You have to check these things. Tropical tidbits, as you guys can see, we got this thing blowing up again. It's finding its eye wall. It looks like the eye wall is about to be closed off again. And this is where it's going to take another run at re-intensifying to a potentially strong Category 5 hurricane again. We're hoping that does not happen. That is the main thing we don't want to happen, is this thing to turn into a Category 5 again. Because as I said earlier, the stronger it gets now, the more surge we're going to get on the beaches. It's as simple as that. We need to watch this thing very, very closely over the next 24 hours, because that's going to tell us how much surge we're going to get. A, B, and D. My stream says A, B, and D. Wow. A, B, and C. Let me fix that, guys. Sorry, guys. I set this up like really quickly. I just wanted it to look a little nicer for you guys.
Well, you have online.
It went back down to a Cat 4. Yes, currently it is a Cat 4. It is as close to a Category 5 as you get, though. Do not be fooled. Let's go to the aircraft recon mission. I'm going to refresh this. In progress right now. I think they're just leaving for this mission, it seems like. Last mission, 927, 924. Not as many dark. Okay, there's still a few in there. All right, we're still looking at 140 knot maximum sustained wind plus. Yesterday it was 100, I think, 70 or 80 knots. So the fact that we're maxing out at 140 right now is good. It means the storm weakened a little bit after it hit that north end of the Yucatan Peninsula off the coast of Mexico. But now we are entering open Gulf waters. All right, you guys remember Helene, right? It pushed into the Gulf as a Category 1. Entered the Gulf as a Category 1. This is a Category 4. About to be in the open Gulf again. Wow. Cameron, thank you so much. God bless the Floridians. $100 donation. That's greatly appreciated, man.
Yeah, it's going to hit deep water.
For the Jug meteorologist, Chase Davis, yeah, it's going to hit deep warm water over this current. Let's go back to Google Earth. Wait, how about ocean depth map?
Deep water is the difference, but on the continental shelf of the Yucatan, just sucking dirt. Now it's going to hit blue, deep, tropical.
There we go. Look, 10,000 feet deep. Look, it's in shallow water right now, guys. Hurricanes strengthen in deeper water, deep warm water, and it's not. It doesn't make sense when you say it. It doesn't make a sense when you say deep warm water, but it's the deepest and warmest water
in the known planet.
Seriously, Cameron, that's legendary, man. $100. That's greatly appreciated. Chat W's for that, man.
We can't thank you guys enough. It's a war scene on the streets here.
It's horrible out here.
Clean
There's 40 dump trucks out there, and they've barely made it to my town. I drove down the streets of Bel Air, and I was like, wow, they're picking up trash. Awesome. 2 blocks later, I was like, oh, they've only cleared 2 streets, and they have
26.
More of like out of 1,000.
Yeah, well, that's our town.
Yeah. Oh. So we're watching it all really closely. It's pretty scary. I know I got this pulled up on the side, but let's make it big for you guys. I can change this up too over here.
Storm surge
Keep that right there.
South side of the bay right now is high point for surge.
It's crazy that we are the max surge. We're in the 10 to 15 foot realm right now. As you can see, though, some incredible historical data. 185 mile an hour. Major Category 5 hurricane. I don't know how much they're expecting it to strengthen from here. Looks like they're just, what's a good thing that I saw, this will give a lot of people peace of mind, hopefully. If we go to current storms down here, the intensity map. Most models not showing it reaching a Category 5 again. Most models showing it weakening from here.
That's good
which
news.
I
Good
find
news.
it is good news. I don't believe it because of where the storm is going, and every time we see storms go to this place, they get stronger.
So there's two levels. There's upper and lower. So on the ocean surface, Gulf there, it's really conducive, but maybe the upper atmosphere gets less, and that's what's affecting its outcome.
So, Theo, I hope no one gets seriously injured and the community will be even stronger after the storm. I hope that people just leave because the likelihood of you being injured goes down dramatically if you are not in front of the storm. Stay safe from Galveston, Texas. Another Cameron A. Dang, 2 Camerons, $50 from one Cameron, $100 from the other. Thank you guys so much supporting hurricane relief efforts. We don't know what our town's going to look like after this. I am nervous. I've never been more nervous for a hurricane in my entire existence. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That's how it is. This is a serious, not even close. I've never seen anything even close to this. The direction, the angle, the power it already has. It's just like I couldn't even paint this in my worst nightmare. I've looked at so many storms, and everything about this one is bad.
Just like that.
Just
so
like that.
all of the simulations ever done for worst case scenario, this follows it. This is atmospherically maxing out conditions to produce the greatest Gulf storm in history.
Yep. Yeah, you heard a lot of meteorologists saying they can hardly grasp what this thing has done. So we're all freaking out. If you know somebody at the beach, I cannot emphasize it enough. Today's the day. Don't mess around. Don't stick around. The beaches close at 7 p.m. If you know somebody on the beach that you need to get off the beach, get them out of there by 7 p.m. because you will not be allowed back on. They are not going to let anyone back on the beaches in Pinellas County after 7 p.m. Say a prayer. Send some good vibes. Pray this thing takes a little bit further south so Tampa doesn't take a direct hit.
Population there.
Theoretical Cat 6 is 192 miles per hour. Yeah.
That's theory.
That's in theory. And we have hit winds of that speed from this storm. Get radar Omega. I'm okay, man. I tried it once. It didn't work for me. Thank you, though.
Your dad's even getting ready.
My dad's out of here.
Yeah,
He's not staying.
Yeah. That says a lot.
My mom's on the East Coast in West Palm Beach.
My parents just took the RV over the bridge.
Really?
Yeah.
Prayers for everyone in the cone of uncertainty in Florida. You all stay safe. Keep your heads up. We'll recover like always. God bless. Thank you, RadBrad9, for the $50. Run for the reels, $20 Seminole local here. Run my business shark fishing off the beach. If this thing keeps course, we will not recover for years. If you live in Pinellas County, you need to leave. That's a charter captain right there. Jacksonville Barrier Islands. Should I evacuate? Personally, I probably would. Jacksonville Barrier Islands.
40 foot, 60 foot, 20 foot, surf conditions.
Let's pull up Windy.
What's your zone? Your zone.
Know your zone. Know your zone. Jack, opinion is the east side going to be okay. Daytona area people are near the beach, but going to get flooded. Daytona, I am worried about Daytona because of this.
Imagine those last two storms.
That's bad. That is bad for the East Coast.
2022, very similar conditions.
We're talking 20 to 30 foot waves on the East Coast. Minimum. Windy's not very good with predicting swell either. It's always wrong. It's always under hypes. But 24 feet, 25 feet on Windy, 9-second period. It's going to be a longer period than that. I can guarantee you once these buoys start picking up readings. Jack, and yeah, so it's going to be gnarly. And then when it moves to the East Coast, it's still super gnarly. Where's Surfline? I had Surfline pulled up. Here we go. 4 meters. All right, look. 9.8 meters at 13 seconds.
That's 30.
It's over. It's 30 foot. It's over 30 foot. I saw higher than that too. 10.9 meters.
There we go. 33 feet.
33 feet.
At 13
This
seconds.
is Surfline right here. 33 feet at 13 seconds.
There we go.
Going straight for Florida. Obviously, waves of that height can't make it to the beach because of how shallow it gets so quickly. The problem is all that water is still going to get pushed towards the state of Florida. Then it's going to move offshore, and we're going to see another massive swell event for the East Coast. There we go. 25-foot waves still.
Both sides.
Both sides of the state. What website are you using? This is Surfline, guys. Surfline.com. This is the surfers' website for checking storms.
You see all those dots in the middle?
It's the least I can do. Thank you, Cameron. What, all the water?
The dots of those middle of the state covered with oaks and water. That area of Orlando in the sunrise hours is going to get hammered. Yeah,
you got to be real. Yeah, the sunrise hours. That's a good point. Is that this thing is, while it's moving, we're still looking at hurricane force winds from 11 p.m. to like 10 a.m. on the barrier Islands.
What time's that over Orlando?
That is 10 a.m. We're talking, I mean, if you live underneath a giant oak tree, I might consider going somewhere else. I'm talking massive oak tree, you know, like, we need like 6 foot trunk wide at least. Maybe not even that wide.
Don't hang out in the room under the oak tree.
Yeah, don't hang out in the room under the oak tree. Probably don't be in a house that has an oak tree next to it if it's huge. Inland Fort Myers, good, Joog. Check the maps. Know your zone. Where's Fort Myers? Down here?
Yeah. Way south.
Way south? Yeah, right here. All right, A, B, and C. If you're in the yellow in Fort Myers, you don't want to be there. Oh, we're going to have a 5 o'clock update, too. It's going to be huge. The tracks are not looking good for anywhere on the Gulf right now. Direct hit.
What I think also, the last storm surge was one of the first ones I really experienced, like, that acted like a tsunami.
Yeah.
And basically when it piles up on this continental shelf, it's going to slow it down while still being fast behind it. And then that's when the storm surge hits like a mini tsunami, and it can be a wall of water 8 feet high rolling through town like it was during Helene here in Indian Rocks, and went straight to the river. And that's the most dangerous aspect. I've
lived through every hurricane Florida's seen in the last 47 years. This is the first time I've ever considered evacuating. The bug out Jeep is locked and loaded. Please be safe, brother. Respect. Zero, thank you so much for the $50 donation. That's huge. Honestly, man, this is the most ready I've ever been to evacuate. I wasn't even this freaked out for Irma, and I was freaked out for Irma because I did not know as much as I do now. I know so much more than I ever did. Every meteorologist, whether you're a professional or an amateur, learned a lot these last couple weeks. We all got a slice of humble pie. And it made everyone just take it a little bit more seriously, which I think is very important for the entire weather community right now.
Look for real-time data, satellite images.
Yeah, real-time data. Watching the satellites is very important. Watching the models. Tropical Tidbits is a really, really good website for looking at all the condensed spaghetti models. Oh! Oh!
Better, they changed.
Oh!
That's out of the. Still changes. This changes.
Oh my gosh! I'm gonna go get a beer. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Is there one of those tequila things?
Oh yep.
Okay.
I'm running into that. You can talk to him for a second.
So that's good news from the last spaghetti model, where there's more consensus and more south. You can actually see Tampa Bay is exposed now, and that's just we're dealing with that because that's the highest population density, and along with Orlando. So a little south helps everyone out, but unfortunately the people still on the path know your path, know the path, know your thing, because obviously it's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad. Really bad, but really good. Thank you, sir.
I got all my preparation done. I got all my stuff done. I loaded up my car and took some stuff. I know this is bad news for South. Bro's getting beer after seeing that. I'm stressed out, dude. Okay, I'm stressed. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
It's almost 5.
It's almost 5 o'clock. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. All right, we're gonna go back to tropical tidbits. Oh, all right, here we go. GEPS, way south. GEFS, also south. All the tracks have just shifted south. Are you staying for Milton? No, I plan on evacuating. I mean, if it goes way, 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 way south of us, it won't be as scary for Pinellas County, but I will still be evacuating.
So he's not telling you he is evacuating, and he also has a bomb shelter to go to.
I will be going to a friend's house that has a cement bomb shelter for in case of tornadoes. That's another scary thing about these storms, is that they carry tornadoes. The big feeder bands, that's not it. These big feeder bands that are going to start coming through here, these ones are kind of breaking up over Mexico right now. But once it winds up here and really starts to throw big feeder bands towards Florida, those feeder bands can carry tornadoes. And that's like the roll of the dice of just being in Florida at all, is you could be 100 miles inland, and if you get the wrong feeder band with a big tornado, it'll just tear a vein and a scar straight through central Florida.
Those feeder bands off the hurricane are 100 to 200 miles away from the center at times, so always be aware of tornado warnings and watches in your area, and seek cover and shelter immediately.
The roads are all backed up. I heard that. I think Ryan Hall is doing a live stream right now. We can pop into our live stream. His live stream on our live stream.
I would say that's the furthest north.
He's been showing the roads, the fact that tons and tons and tons and tons of people are going north to evacuate, which is good. It's good. These people are getting their families out. They're getting their pets out. They're trying to be as safe as they can. It's good. We want that. We want people to evacuate. Especially people that aren't prepared. There's so many people moving to Florida all the time. That's what people don't really understand. This is a lot of people's, first hurricane season is what I'm saying. This has been my whole life. I've been watching hurricanes. I've been playing in hurricanes since I was a little kid. All right, go back to the zone map. Lot of evacuation orders. Check your county. See what county you're in. See if you are in an A, B, or C zone. Because most counties adjacent to Pinellas County, and several of the counties actually south past Pinellas, past like Bradenton and Sarasota, have A, B, and C evacuation orders as well. So make sure you check your evacuation orders. I'm going to go back to the National Hurricane Center. Peak surge map. Still something that has not changed. This is the 10 a.m. surge map, though. We're going to have an updated surge map probably 4 to 5 p.m., I'm assuming. They kind of sporadically update during hurricanes. Like, they just try to get information out to people as quickly as possible. They're not, waiting around until 5 p.m. to tell you what's going on. We can go to Tropical Tidbits right now, and we can look at the aircraft recon. They're flying into the storm. I don't know where they are right now. We're not getting any crazy readings, so they're not in there yet. Leaving? That's leaving Florida, right? Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Heading towards the storm. They're going to do a whole bunch of passes. Let's go to flight radar. This is a cool thing to use. Somebody in one of the live streams told me to check this out. I've crashed my computer once, but they're coming from up here. What are all these helicopters doing? There's so many helicopters.
The oil platforms, making sure they're okay for the swell, taking people off.
Yeah,